Okay, we're doing July 45, German turn. These are the buys, right? We're going to buy 5 fighters, 2 jets, and we're going to pay off the damage on the 2 damaged factories. And we're going to lend lease the Italians $5. And we have a tech roll to do, which is otherwise known as, my dice are on the other side of the table, but it's otherwise known as long-range aircraft, and this will affect the German turn. So we need a 7. Yeah, we need a 7 or higher, and we failed. So there we go. Easy peasy. That is the only tech I'm working on right now. All right, so Germany's going to be busy. Oop. That's where that factory came from. There's supposed to be a factory over here. Oh, there it is. There we go. Okay. So, we have some scattered naval battles that are going to be attempted here. I can't remember exactly where I moved all these navies from, but I had to make sure that they all worked. So these 3 are going to attack these 2 destroyers. This stack of subs and destroyers is going to attack that stack of destroyers. And this sub and destroyer is going to attack these 2 coastal subs. And over here we have an advanced sub and 2 regular subs versus a damaged Iowa class battleship. And we got a commander on both sides. So there's that. Alright, now let's go over to London. I figured, you know what? I'm so well placed, why not try it out? So these are the remaining moves of these aircraft here that are all going to be attacking London, along with this amphibious assault of 3 Marines, 3 infantry, and a commander. So that'll be 3 jets, a medium, and a fighter. We're going to have a bombardment from 2 damaged battleships at 3, 2 cruisers at 2, and I got a destroyer in there for 1. Alright, the damage we're going to be repairing is on this factory up ahead here. That one right there. And the one that's in Kiev. So we're going to use the troops that were previously here. They're going to move into this French area here. It is not mountains. There's no mountain border, so there's no river. They're going to attack these tanks and mechs here. Advanced mechs are going to attack here. Should they have enough moves, they're going to go there. This coastal sub is going to take out that transport. I think this guy was somewhere. Maybe he was there. Nope. I had a dude there. I had a cat on my table, so apologize for that. Alright, so this advanced mech has moved up from Lithuania to Estonia. This dude here has just walked across the border to there. This tank has gone 1, 2. Right? These units are attacking Leningrad. These units here, along with the commander, are attacking this single infantry next to Leningrad and hopefully blitzing into here or there or wherever works. We'll figure that out as we go. These units over here, these 2 aircraft have 3 moves left. Oh, and I got a cat on my table again. But they're attacking this Belarusia, possibly going to blitz either into here or here. We'll see. I'm fixing the damage on that factory. All the units over here came from either here, here, or there. They will be attacking Uralkursk. And none of these are able to blitz. This tank and infantry are attacking here, right? Taurida, I believe, right next to Crimea. And then these units here are attacking this stack of units over here in Donetsk-Kuban, something like that. It's hard to read upside down. I'm not quite sure what most of these places are pronounced as. There may be further blitzes and whatnot around. This fight here, this tank is going to just do a non-combat move along with that dude. And all this stuff's going to have to non-combat move somewhere if it moves. Alright. And there's one more thing I'm going to add to this. We're going to add these two mechs to this attack right here. So, Germany doesn't have a lot of money. Well, it has a lot of money, but it doesn't know what to do with it. So we're going to be placing an aircraft here. We're going to be placing aircrafts in all these frontier factories to try and hold them down. Alright, and that is the plan. I'm going to stop this video here, and we're going to start doing some combat moves. Or so we're going to start resolving some. Okay, we're going to just start rolling stuff, and we're going to start right here. Let's do this one here. We've got two subs attacking two destroyers along with two subs and a destroyer attacking two destroyers. So the destroyers attack and defend at 4, and the subs attack at 3. There is no first strike for the subs because there are destroyers on the defending team's side. So let's do 2 subs at 3. Close, but no hit. And a destroyer at 4, nothing. 2 destroyers at 4, nothing. 2 destroyers at 4, or sorry, 2 subs at 3 attacking. That's 1 hit. And 1 destroyer at 4 attacking. That's a miss. So now we have 2 defending subs, one of which is a casualty. There we go. It's a 1 for 1. So there we go. 1 destroyer, 1 sub. Then we got 1 sub and 1 destroyer left. Versus, so 1 sub at 3, a destroyer at 4, and a defending destroyer at 4. There we go. There's the defender's got a hit. So we're going to lose the other sub. This is the grand finale here. Sub attack, or sorry, destroyer attack at 4, destroyer defense at 4. I'm going to grab 2 different colors here, and we're just going to keep on rolling. Black is German, and gold is British. And they're both rolling at 4. And the British win. Man, the whole point of these attacks was to eliminate this navy and all these transports. Alright, that one's done. Now let's do this one here. The Americans have the ability to scramble 2 fighters, which they're probably going to do. I just noticed that earlier, so. Yeah, look at that, I need to paint this guy. Alright, so we got 2 fighters and 5 destroyers. Defending against 2, 4, 5 subs. No. 2, 4, 6 subs and a destroyer. The subs cannot shoot the planes. So those 6 will have to be rolled separately, because subs can never shoot planes. Alright. So we're going to get 6 subs, and I'm going to make the orange one here the destroyer. So 6 at 3 and 1 at 4. Alright. And we're going to move forward so you can actually see what I'm doing. So the orange one's at 4, everything else is 3. Alright. Well, look at that. 1, 2, 3. 3 destroyer hits. And the, with 3 sub hits and 1 from the destroyer. So that's a total of 4 hits. Now, if you're the Americans, you're probably going to take these 4 destroyers off because the fighters shoot better. Alright, so there's that. Now, let's do the Americans back. That's 5 destroyers and 2 fighters. I'm not going to roll everything all together though, because that's a little bit too ridiculous. So, let's roll 5 destroyers at 4. And we got 1 hit. Okay, and 2 fighters. 2 fighters at 6. And that's 3 hits. So the Germans are going to select to lose 3 subs. Now they have 3 subs in the destroyer. Alright, so that's easy enough. Let's do orange is the destroyer again, so 3 subs and a destroyer. What did we get here? A 5. So we only got 1 hit that time. That's from the destroyer, so it doesn't matter. The Americans can pick whatever dies themselves. And now we're going to do the orange one is the destroyer again. And these 2 blues are the fighters here. So 1 at 4 and 2 at 6. And we got nothing. So the Americans will probably lose their destroyer. And now we go to round 2. See, this is where it gets tricky, because the subs can't shoot the planes, and I didn't account for that. But the subs can target select the transports at 1, and I should have done that the first round, because the whole point of this attack is to kill those transports, but we'll see. The subs cannot shoot planes, so let's roll 3 subs at 3. Nothing. And 1 destroyer at 4. Nothing. Now let's roll 2 fighters at 6 in defense. Nothing. Alright. So we're going to roll 3 subs at 3. There we got 1 target select. We're going to pick a transport. Alright. They get selected. The defender cannot select those as casualties, but the attacker can. And now 1 destroyer at 4. That's a hit on a plane. So transport in a plane. 2 planes back at 6. Oh, you can't see those. 7 and 9. So that's a wicked roll for the German player, which is both me. So target select a transport and lose a plane. So now there's still 1 fighter left and 2 transports. So I'm going to roll the orange as the destroyer, and the 3 other ones are subs, and they only get a hit on a 1 because they can't shoot the planes here. The destroyer missed. Everything else missed too because it can't shoot planes. 1 plane back at 6. Miss. Same thing. We're going to do 3 subs. No target select, so we can't pick a transport, and a destroyer. There we go. The destroyer hit the plane. So that's it. And 1 more roll at the plane, from the plane back, and it missed. So the plane missed, but it is a casualty. And these transports are now deceased. There we go. A successful attack there. I should have brought more of those guys along over here. But I wanted to have those subs to take the hits in case they got a lot of hits back on me. Now let's do this one here. We have got 2 coastal subs versus coastal subs defend at 2, and I've got 1 attack at 3 and 1 attack at 4. This is going to get really boring. So let's do it this way. These two black ones, we're going to roll as 2s for the defense. We're going to roll the sub at blue for 3, and the orange is 4. All right. Well, look at that. We got the 4 hit, the 3 hit, and the 2 2s missed. That's all we needed. 2 hits. So these guys are done. And that means that these guys are also done. Alright, so that's that stuff. Now I got this one over here. Actually, this one's an auto kill, so let's just take that off. Alright. We've got 1 advanced sub at 4 and two regular subs at 3. Oh, but we have a commander, so it's a 1 advanced sub at 5 and 2 regular subs at 4. Alright, so I'm just going to roll this way. The orange is 5, the 2 blacks are 4. And we got 1 hit. That's all we needed. Now, the Iowa class battleship attacks at a 9, but it's damaged, so it goes down to an 8, but it has a commander, so it goes back up to a 9. So I got 1 at 9 back in defense. And that's definitely a hit at 2. Ooh. So that means we're 1 and 1. So let's lose a regular sub and let's lose this Iowa class ship. And we'll roll that commander. These dudes are dead. Alright, that commander was in the Navy, so he needs to roll lower than a 5 to stay alive. 11, that is not enough. Off to the American tab, he is deceased. Alright, now we got another attack, a land attack. Let's throw this American commander on the American card so I don't forget him. Alright, so we're going to try this out. Everything can blitz except for these 2 regular standard mechs. Alright, so we do not have a commander involved, but the French do, so that may come into effect here. And what do we got? We got 6 advanced mechs. So 6 advanced mechs, they attack at a 4, and the regular mechs are, okay, so 6 at 4. Nothing. And we've got 5 tanks at 6. And we got 1, 2, 3, 4 hits. That's all we needed. So good enough. Now, these 2 French defenders have a commander. So instead of rolling at 4, they roll at 5. So 2 at 5 back. And they took 1 hit from the Germans. Alright, so 1 hit from the Germans. There we go. And these guys are all toast. Alright, so let's roll that commander again. This French commander can roll anything except for a 12 to run away. There we go, and that's good enough. So the French commander is going to take off to here. I'm throwing dice around so I'm knocking stuff over. Alright, so these tanks and mechs are now going to blitz into here. Alright, and you know what? Let's just take that off, put this on instead, and stack those up. Now we got 6. A single stack of 6. And the French lost that. It's worth no money, so I don't care. So I'm just going to take to take the dude off. All right. There we go. Now the next move here is to roll 5 tanks and 6 Mexican. So for 6 advanced mechs at 4. And we got 1 hit. And 5 tanks, 5 tanks at 6. And we've got, what is that? Okay, we got only 2 more hits, so that's a total of 3 hits. The British own this thing, so the Americans are probably just going to take those 3 off. All right? So now, the Americans don't have a commander, that's the British. So what we're going to do is those Americans are going to roll 4 at 4. And they get 1 hit. And the British are going to roll a mech and an infantry that are both defending at 4, but they're with the commander, so they're at 5. So, yeah, that's 3 hits back. Let's lose 3 mechs. All right, round 2. 3 advanced mechs. 1 hit. And 5 tanks at 6. And we got 2 more hits. We only needed 3 though. So there we go. So that's 1 American and 2 British, all deceased. Let's leave that guy upside down. Is that thing worth $1? Okay. There we go. Now we need to roll the defense. Alright, so the defense is 2 British at $5. Nothing. And 1 American at 4. Nothing. And the commander is 1 at what's the word I'm looking for? 12. So there we go. It's on a 12, so they get to stay. So that British commander gets to fly off somewhere. Has to be a land zone. Can't be more than 4 away. So 1, 2, 3, 4. That's the only place it'll reach. I had that problem with the Americans earlier. So these guys are toast. This guy is going to fly into here. He cannot be taken as a casualty, so I don't care how many commanders are in there. Alright, there's a whole slew of commanders in that pile of nuts, crazy nuts stuff. Alright, we are going to have to do our attack here. There's going to be 2 carpet bombs from the strategic rockets there. Then we're going to do the bombardment. Let's do the bombardment first. We got 2 battleships, but they're damaged, so they're at 3 instead of 4. 2 cruisers at 2 and 1 destroyer at 1. All right, so 2 at 3, 2 at 2. Yeah, that's 1, and 1 at 1. No. All right, so if you're the British, you just got first striked. You don't have any. Are you going to lose your AA gun that doesn't shoot at those planes? You only takes 3 shots at the planes at 3, but you're bumped up to 4. Or you're going to lose some of these dudes here that are defending at 5. Man. We're probably going to lose one of these dudes because you never know. You might shoot down some planes. There you go. Alright, so that's the first strikes for the British. Now, or for the American Germans. Now there's a artillery in there, so that gets a first strike as well. And that artillery is with the commander, so its first strike is at 4. And it hit. That's not good. That's not good. This is one of these regular dudes. Can we do that? It's round 1. We have to take 2. It's either that or we take a plane off. That's expensive. I'm relying on these planes to get hits, but I need these guys to stay alive. So we'll take a fighter off. That's crazy. I took a first strike on a fighter, but I need those infantry to land and kill this. So let's see what happens. All right, because I want Sea Lion to win this time. This fighter's gone. All right, so what we have now is we have 3 fighters at 9 because they're with the commander, and 1 medium bomber at, where does a medium bomber sit? At 8. So 3 jets at 9. Three at 9. 1 hit only. Man, that's gonna get expensive if they get hits up back at me. And 1 medium bomber at 8. Okay, that's 2 hits. And we have a commander, so I have 3 Marines and 3 regular infantry. So they're all going to roll. That's 6 at 3 because there you have a commander. Man, I needed some hits. I only got 2 hits. Okay, so these casualties can shoot already, or they're not first strikes. So the British are going to take off the... man, I got too many commanders in here. British are going to take off the AA gun and the artillery, which already shot. Alright. Now, the British get to counterattack. So, they're going to roll their AA gun. 3 shots at 4. 1 hit. We'll make that the medium bomber. Man, this is not working out. Alright, now they have 3, 4, 5, 6 infantry. 6 infantry at 5. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3 hits. Whew. And that means that we lost these 3 Marines. Alright. Now, let's see if we can't get 3 shots with the jets. Because we really need that now. So, 3 jets at 9. 2 hits. Okay, that's better. We still have 4 left though. And 3 infantry. 3 infantry at 3. Nothing. Okay. That's 2. So I'm going to take 2 British soldiers off, leaving them with 4 alive, 2 dead. So the British get to roll 2, 4, 5, 6. At 5. 1, 2, 3. Man. Well, it looks like Sea Lion ain't going to happen. I didn't really think it would. You know what? It doesn't matter which units I have left. So I'm going to lose, this is round 2, so these guys don't get double casualties. I'm going to keep one of these guys. I'm going to take 2 off. I'm going to lose a jet. Because it don't matter right now. I'm just going for the bragging rights of taking out London here. Because I could. I didn't have any other use for these units except for defense. And I didn't want to defend anything in the last turn of the game here. I figured I'd be better off just killing all the enemies. So I'm going to use 1 green for the ground force and 2 black for the jets. So the green is 3 and the 2 blacks are 9. And we only got 1 hit. Jeez. And the British are going to roll 4 at 5 in defense. I don't know how the British keep getting more hits than the Germans do, but they got 2 hits there. So the British are down to 3 dudes. Oh. Guess what I forgot to do? My 2 carpet bombs at 2. So I got 2 British hits there, but 2 carpet bombs at 2. We forgot to do them the first round. Missed anyway, doesn't matter. Alright, we're going to take this dude off. And we don't want these guys to get picked up with a transport or whatever. Let's just annihilate everybody there. 2 jet there. Dude off on a jet. Let's roll this. 1 jet at 9. Missed. 3 at 5. And that's it. We're done. The British have successfully saved everything. And let's see if the commander can run away. And that's an 8, so yes, he can. Let's run away to land. 4 spaces away, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. We'll just put them in the capital for now. Alright, so that's that. This was a failure. You know, if I had 1 or 2 more transports, this would have been a success. But it was a failure, so that's what we got left. The British have 3 infantry and 2, 4, 5, 6, 7 commanders in London. That's all they have, really. 3 infantry, 7 commanders. Alright, so that battle is over. This is going to take a while. So, I'm now moving over to Russia. But before we do that, we're going to do the income changes for Britain. Alright. So Britain lost $1 here. And it became German. The French place was worth nothing, so that doesn't matter. All these other battles were in the ocean, so they don't matter. Yeah, I know I got a pile of crap, but these guys laying out nice and neat are still alive. Put that back in the capital. In the French capital. That would have been nice. I could have eliminated the British and the French money. See what I mean? That was the whole point. Yeah. Okay, so I'm plugged in right now. So the British down 1 and the Germans up 1. So we're at 16 and 76. And you can't see much, but I got myself plugged in, so be it. Alright, let's angle this down a bit. Now, these ones here, they're no contest, so I'm going to just leave those on the map here. Let's pick a battle we want to fight first. Well, we want to fight, okay, this is a mess. We want to fight this one first. So we've got a jet and a tactical in there along with all this stuff. And it's against 1 infantry. So we're just going to do a couple of quick rolls here. So a jet at 9 hit, good enough. Defense of 4, miss. Okay, that one's done. Attack number 2 here. Yeah, is right here. That's this stack here in the infantry. And we're against one dude again. So we've got 3 tanks at 7 with the commander. Good enough. And 1 at 4 back. Nothing. Okay, so that is eliminated here. Now we got the big question. Which way are we going to blitz? Okay. So there I have 2 tanks, 3 tanks. Mechs, oh, they got to stack up infantry. Do we want to attack this? We don't want to leave that behind to counterattack us either. Some things attack better than they defend. Some things defend better than they attack. I'm not quite sure which way I want to go with this stuff. How many do we have here? We got 3, 4, 5, 6, and I'm pausing you. Okay, well I had to count some stuff out anyway, so that was handy. I'm gonna have to leave 1 mech behind because I can only bring 2 advanced mechs per tank blitzing. So we're gonna have 3 blitzing tanks and 3 tanks, and we're bringing the commander. We're going into Leningrad, which will be joining up with these 3 tanks, and infantry, and an elite infantry. So it basically has the same stats as the American and Japanese Marines. So let's roll this out here. We got 6 tanks with the commander, so they're going to be rolling at 7. And we got 3 hits. And we got 6 mechs at 5 with commander. And we got 1 more hit. That's not as good as I was hoping for. And we've got 1 regular infantry at 3. That's another hit. And we got an elite infantry at 5, but he's got a commander, so 6. And look at that, that's a 6. Alright, so we got 2, 4, 6 damage to the Russians. Russians don't have that many units here, but what they do have is important. So they're probably going to lose a militia. There's no first strikes here, so the mechs defend at 5, the infantry defends at 5, so it doesn't really matter. So let's lose let's lose 5 infantry and a militia. Alright, so, and they have a commander, but they also have the city bonus. It can only be one or the other, not both. So everything in there is +1. Now, got 2 tanks at 6, because they defend at 5. Misses. 2 advanced mechs at 5, so there's 6. No, 1 hit. And we've got 4, 5, 6 infantry, 7 infantry. That's 7 infantry at 5. Target select at 1 on the class. And they got 1 target selected. And 3 more hits. Alright. And let's roll that militia at 3. Miss. So they're obviously going to pick a tank, and the Germans get to pick 4 of their own. If you're Germany, you'd probably pick 1, 2, 3, or 2. And then you get to have to lose a tank, so we'll just take the tank chip off. Just take a tank off. And that's 2 more hits they gotta lose, so we'll lose 2 more advanced mix. And then with 5 instead of 5, 6, 7. Why did I say I had 6? No, I was rolling 6, so you're gonna have 4 left, I guess, and that means I mischipped this, so we're gonna throw 1 more mech back here. Alright, folks, hate to be a mess and fiddling around. Alright, there we go. So we got 4 advanced mechs and we got 5 tanks now, and that's it that we're attacking with, and a commander. So 4 advanced mechs at 5, and that's 1 hit. And we've got 4 or 5 tanks at 7. And we got 1, 2, 3 more hits, so that's 4 hits total. So if you are the Russians, oops, sorry, you're gonna lose these 2 dudes. I wish I could battle board these all, but that would just be a colossal mess. These 2 dudes, and let's lose the 2 advanced mechs. So I still have 2 tanks left. Doesn't really matter. Alright, so they had 2 tanks and 2 mechs at 4, or at 6 with the commander. They both defend at 5. So here we go. 4 at 6, 2 hits. And now they got 2 infantry at 5, and they got 1 on armor class. But armor class is also mechs. So technically I could have kept that tank and lost an extra mech, which is what I'm going to do. So we're going to lose these 3 mechs, and we'll make it 4 for the last turn. And we're going to give them that tank back, because I forgot that tanks were armored class. I don't care about the rolling. So we should have 6 tanks left. I'm going to leave that loose guy there, because he has a plan. He has a plan to blitz to here from Piri to the city. Ooh. I think I lost that plan, because round 1, round 2. Oh, I got to get him in this round. It has to be 3 rounds or less. So we better get him. If we don't get 2 hits, we're not blitzing. Alright, so we got 4, 5, 6 tanks. And they're at 7, so we got 3 hits. So we only need 2. And now the Russians are going to roll their 2 in defense. 2 tanks at 6. And nothing. Alright. It's a little bit difficult to find a landing zone without... Okay, so these guys are done. And these tanks are all here. And we're going to say that at least one of them survived. That's right, this is not working out. From here, so he's going to blitz to there. That was the third round. 3 rounds or less, you can blitz. There we go. Done. Our whole point here is to take as many casualties, as many zones as possible, so that Russia has a harder time getting its troops back and forth, right? Some things can blitz, some can't. If you can't blitz, only the tanks and the mechs can go, right? The Katyushkas can only move one space. Same with the infantry. That's the whole point of this. All right, this is commander. He's got to roll higher than a 12 or lower than a 12 to run away. And he did. All my fights here. Okay, so you can move 4 spaces. And if I was Russia, I'd do something really evil because I know that there's other fights coming up. So I go 1, 2, 3, 4 and add this commander to that fight just to be a dink. Alright, so these ones are resolved. Now these guys can blitz to here if I want. But not everything. I can only blitz with 4 tanks and 5 mechs. You know what? We're going to go all in on this one here too. So these guys can't blitz, but this. Let's get these guys out of the way. This is blitzing. 4 tanks, 5 mechs, a commander, a jet, and a tactical. And it is blitzing to Smolensk. Yeah. Let's bring him into this city. Oh, I forgot about that. Maybe not. Yeah, let's do it. We gotta do it. Russia, I just remembered, has a whole stack of Katyushkas in there. It's actually got 6 of them. 6 of them, rolling at 6 with the commander. First strike. 2 hits, thankfully, only 2. So we're going to lose 2 mechs, leaving us with 3 mechs now. 3 advanced mechs, still. Alright, so that's the first strike. We've got 4 tanks. Or let's roll 3 mechs, 3 advanced mechs at 6. Nope, 5. 1 hit. Let's roll 4 tanks at 7. That's it, just 2 hits. Man. Jet at 9. There we go. And a tactical at 8 with target select. And it gets to pick. So what we're going to do is we're going to go screw that heavy armor, and we're going to kill the heavy armor this round. Alright. Heavy armor still gets to shoot back, but man, this is going to be brutal. This is kind of foolish, but I wanted to, most of these armor units defend worse than they attack, so I wanted to take out as many as I could this first round. So that's all we got. Oh, and I had 3 more hits, right? I'll probably take those 3 infantry off then. 3 infantry off. 2 tanks, a mech, a jet. That should be 4. Okay, just did a video review. That was 3 infantry dead and target selected to heavy armor in Smolensk, I believe. Yep. Okay, so the Russians are now going to do their counterattack. They have 1 heavy armor at 7, but it's 8 with the commander. and it missed, thankfully. The Katyushkas, all 6 of them already fired, so we're going to fire 3 regular tanks at 6 with the commander. It's 1 hit. Alright, and we've got 5 mechs at advanced mechs are going at 6 on defense with the commander. Oof. Okay, 4 hits total now. And we've got 5 infantry at 5. 1 more. So 5 hits on the Germans. That's brutal, but you know what? We needed to take off some of this stuff here. So 3, 4, 5. Let's leave them with 2 tanks. 3 advanced mechs, 2 tanks. Alright, we could back off. But what we're trying to do here is we're trying to eliminate as many counterattacking forces as possible, because I have holes in my lines that I'm not going to be able to defend properly. So I don't have a lot of units to attack with. So let's do this. 2 tanks at 7. 1 hit. Pretty much need everything to hit here. Tactical at 8 with selection. Missed. Damn it. Fighter at 9. That also missed. That's nuts. That's not what we needed for Germany. So they lose 1 infantry. And they got a lot of tanks and mechs yet. I could do a lot of blitzing in my back door here. Shit. That's not actually there, that's over there. Man, I hate it when I hit those little guns. Toss these guys. Alright, so let's roll these Russians back. So that's 2 infantry. 1 is dead, but that doesn't matter. 2 infantry at 5. Nothing. 3 tanks at 6. 1 hit. And we've got 5 mechs at 6. 2 hits. Voila. So we're going to lose these 2 infantry. We're going to retreat the commander back here, along with the jets who can fly 2 now. So we're just going to leave that right here. And I'm just going to put these guys right over here. My 2 tanks are dead. Alright, so that's that. What else do we got here? We got this mess here. And we got this little one that's an auto. Let's do that other little one there. Might have to battle board this because I can't even tell what's all there. It's just kind of dumped on top of each other. Alright. This is a forever German turn again. Let's do this little one here. We got 2 tanks at no river, is there? No, the river's too far south. So the river don't count. So we got 2 tanks at 6. Motorized at 2. That's a hit. Nice. And a cavalry at 3. Nice. So 1 hit. The Russians back have 1 tank at 6. And 2 infantry at 5. They have a commander, so 2 to 1. That's how the casualties went. Alright, so we're going to lose 1 Russian. And we're going to lose 2 German. So if Germany gets 2 hits, that's cool. If they don't, they are a little bit screwed. Okay, so 2 infantry, or 2 tanks at 6. Whew, sweet, so that the Russians are eliminated. That's all we really wanted to do, is eliminate their counterattack here. Alright, and the Russians have a tank at 6. Oh, nice. And an infantry at 5. Nice. Alright, so this casualty's already taken. These guys are gone. And that commander has to run away. I keep forgetting to do that. Higher than 12. He runs away. Let's put him... I don't know where to put him. What are your commanders down there? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's do that. Why not? Yeah, that'll work. I don't know what else to do with him, so. Whew. Okay, I'm going to stop this video here. I got too much of a mess in there. I'm going to battle board that. This is how we look for the Battle of Oral Kursk. Commander on both sides. Everybody's been bumped up +1. No river, no... let's just double check that. Yeah, no river, no mountains, no terrain modifiers, no city, no nothing. So that's it. Everybody's +1. We're done. Okay, so the Russians have some first strikes, so they got to go first. They've got 6 Katyushkas at 5. 1. Okay. The Germans are going to lose their airborne. So he doesn't get to shoot. Alright, so the Germans have 4 tanks and 2 fighters. So 4 tanks and 2 fighters, all at 7. I'm going to do the blue for the fighters for air superiority. Not that it mattered. The Germans got 2 hits. That is not looking like a good start. Alright, how many advanced mechs do we got? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright. So, oh, we have 2 hits here. 2, 4, 6, and 8. At 5. 1, 2, 3. So 5 hits total. Nothing with the fighters, so there's nothing target selected. Well, if you're Russia, you're going to go, well, I already roll. Katyushkas are expensive. I'm going to take these 2, 3, and everything else rolls better. This stuff can all blitz. So you're going to save that. And you're going to split this single fiber. Right? You took 3 off, you need to lose 2 more. So what you're going to do is you're just going to give them... Well, these guys already rolled, so it doesn't matter. So you're going to lose 2 more of these Katyushkas, so leaving you with 4 instead of 6. They've already rolled though, so that's easy enough. Alright, now the Russians get to do their counterattack. So we've got 1 heavy armor at 8, target select on 1, there we go, we got a target select. We got 2 fighters at 7. They both shoot down 2 planes, look at that. So we're going to target select a tank and 2 fighters. That's brutal, and they already shot, so that doesn't matter. Then there's no more target. Oh no, there is still. There's a tactical with a target select. 6. It rolls. It misses. 2 tanks at 6. That's 1 hit. The other one missed. What do we got there for tacticals? We've got, or for advanced mechs, we've got 5 at 6. 1 more. And 2 infantry and motorized at 5. No more hits. So just going to lose 2 advanced mechs from the Germans here. Giving them a 6 advanced mechs and 3 tanks. So here we go. We just lost 2 advanced mechs, 2 fighters, and a tank. These guys already took their losses off. Alright, let's do the German attack one more time. 4 armor at 7. And those 9s are just kicking my butt. So 2 hits. And what did I say I had there? 6, 2, 4, 5, 6. 6 at 5. 2 more hits, so 4 hits. Alright, and if you were Russia, you'd probably lose these 4 right here because they defend the lowest and they cannot blitz on the counterattack, leaving you with all this blitzing stuff. Alright, so Russian turn. 4 Katiushkas at 5. Brutal, 3 hits. Insane. I think I'm getting diced here. 2 tanks at 6. There we go. And we've got 5 mechs at 6. I'll use that one instead. Tactical at 6. That's the target select, so we're just going to take a tank off. I think this round is the end of the Germans. 2 fighters at 7. And a heavy armor at 8. 2, 4, 6, 8. Plus I already took off a tank. We got 6, 7, 8. That's it. The attack is over. Brutal rolling on that round by the Germans. We couldn't get a hit, and the Russians couldn't seem to miss. For both rounds. So, there we go. That is not looking well for the Germans for some of their points. And a commander for the Germans needs a higher than a 12, and he got it. Done. Alright. So Oral Kursk was not a successful attack. Which is fine. And we gotta run away with a German commander. He's gonna go probably to Western Ukraine. Yeah. Doesn't matter where he goes. Eastern Ukraine, Western Ukraine. Just don't matter. Alright. Let's move this over here. So the Russians go down nothing. 1. What's this place worth? Is it worth anything? 2. Nothing. That's 2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The Germans cannot collect these $9 this turn, but that's okay. The Russians can't collect it. Well, it doesn't really matter what they collect, does it? And we're running out of roundels for Germany. I'm just going to take the roundels out of the annexed countries here. Slovakia, Hungary, Austria, stuff like that. Okay, so the Germans went up 9, but they don't get to collect it on this side. And the Russians went down that same said 9. So the Russia goes from 50 to 41. And Germany, I'm going to collect their 76. It doesn't really matter. They're 76 plus 9. So that would make them at 85. All right, so that's the income change, 85 and 41 from the previous 76 and 50. All right, so that's where we sit money-wise on the map at this moment. Placement of aircraft. I was going to throw a jet in there. I was going to throw a jet in there. I'm going to throw a jet in there. Oh. Man, I forgot to do this. 1, 2. We're going to scoop these dudes up and we're going to dump them right there. Alright, this tank can drive to here with that dude. And throw a jet in here. Or a fighter, sorry. Throw a fighter down in there. And we're going to throw a couple jets right there. Doesn't really matter. I just need a place to put these dudes. Oh yeah, these guys got to fly back. They got to move up 2. So we're going to put them... You know what? We're going to put them right over here. And then we're going to rail move. Advanced mechs defend at 5. So is heavy armor. Doesn't really matter. We're going to rail move 2 dudes, 4 and 2. Right? And then we're going to rail these other 2 dudes. These 2 up to here. And this guy's going to move 1, 2. Don't really have a lot of moves to make on this side of the map. Everybody has already moved. All the navies already moved. So Germany is done. It collects $85. Bonus wise, it collects another 10. So it's at 95 income. But that could change before the end of the turn here. And basically this was really gamey, right? I would have risked all this stuff here just to do this kind of, like, look at what shitty borders I have. I would never have done that. I would have been much more methodical. I was outproducing Russia. I would have waited for Russia to commit some forces either up or down, and I would have taken the opposite. But you know, no, I got to take that one off here too. And what else do we have? Let's do this one here. There we go. This stuff's not going to get contested, the stuff in the middle here, so I'm just taking the roundels off because I ran out of German roundels. Oh, I found one. There we go. But yeah, I've been running out of German roundels for a while here. Okay, that's a good problem to have though. So yeah, that's Germany, and obviously I get a point for these 3. I get a point for 2 cities, and I get a point for this one, and this one. So the reason for this was I wanted this point. I wanted to limit their counterattack. I wanted this point and that point and limit their counterattack, which is why I have these little stacks of blockers in between, because these Katyushkas cannot blitz, but the tanks and the mechs can, right? So I'm just trying to cut down their ability to do that. And yeah, they would never leave these guys unattended in the middle here where they could start taking off and doing ridiculous things, but they're going to. Alright, that's it for Germany. So yeah, like I said, collecting $95 including bonuses. So I'm pretty sure they got their 50 plus. Anyway, I'm going to leave you alone. Have a good one.